about 6 o'clock in the morning. Having a little bit of a late start. You know, yesterday I was amped up, I had energy, and today I'm just tired, man. Could have used a cup of coffee before I got up, but driving on this windy road, I just passed a car with a surfboard on the top, and it's just interesting. You know, we torture ourselves as surfers. We torture ourselves to go to the ocean when everyone's sleeping in their warm, cozy blankets, and we torture ourselves, and we're on windy roads about to face some cold water. But it's worth it, right? It's worth it. Anyway, back on the Krypto. Let's see if the waves are a little bit better today. It's supposed to be. If it is, so be it. If not, let's just get out there, make it happen. Okay, after a session like that on the Krypto, we have to ask ourselves, how would this board compare to the Seaside? So here we are on the Seaside, maybe a 1 foot wave off the lip. Handles it with ease. Now for the Krypto on a very similar wave, it kind of sunk. So I would say the Seaside wins on that style wave. Now when a wave is steep like this, the Seaside catches the rail, but notice the Krypto. Oh man, this turn was beautiful. Really good in the pocket. Here's the Seaside on a long, cruisy, kind of just a mild wave. Of course, the Seaside excels in these types of waves. But what surprises me on the Krypto is on these long, cruisy waves, it kind of mimics the Seaside. I didn't see a difference. I would call it a tie. when the waves are just long, point break, and cruisy. Well, what should you get then? Should you get the Hypto Krypto or should you get the Seaside? For me, I say you should get both. But if you were going to get started, I would get the Seaside first, obviously, because the Seaside handles, it's just a lot easier to ride, being that it's so wide at the very front. Catches waves super easily. It's super fast, super fun. It's still my all-time favorite board. But what surprised me, hold on one second. But what surprised me on the Hypto Krypto was just on those steep faces, just how easy it was to hit the lip. I got one comment, and I appreciate you, Nubu Surf. By the way, shout out to Nubu Surf. Check out his channel. He's from Hawaii, but he's here in California, surfing the waves of San Diego right now. But Nubu Surf left a comment on my YouTube channel, and he said that was on the Hypto Krypto. That was probably the best wave he's seen me do, or the best turn I've done off the lip. And I gotta agree, I was like surprised. I think in the video you couldn't hear me even go, woo! I was like so surprised, because normally, like on a wave like that, I would be falling on the Seaside. The Seaside cannot handle that steepness. So yeah, get the Seaside first, get that dialed in, and then it's a smooth, easy transition to the Hypto Krypto. I feel like that front part of the board on the Hypto Krypto, it kind of looks like a Seaside. If anything, maybe a mashup, because it's not as wide. So it's a really smooth transition, and I feel the turns off the lip are just easier to do when the wave is a little bit more critical. Awesome review on those two boards. I am gonna keep these two boards. If anything, I want a brand new Hypto Krypto. And I'm thinking the Hypto Krypto is gonna be my daily driver, and I'm gonna take it on surf trips. All right, well, thanks for watching. Time to give me a cup of coffee, get this day started. Peace. The pod mod. Not sure if I'm going to keep this board, as I have the 6-foot Hypto Krypto. The pod mod, probably not going to stay in the quiver, but this is a classic board. Maybe I'll ride it once or twice just to see how it rolls.